Welcome to another video by justlawsolicitors.com. My name is John Towell and I'm the Director of Legal here at Just Law Solicitors. I'm an English lawyer, but don't worry, I've spoken to all our lawyers here at justlawsolicitors.com and everything I'm going to tell you is completely true and accurate. In this video, we're going to be talking about retiring to Spain. So if retiring for Spain isn't for you, sorry, this video will be talking about that. Now, the good news is that Spain doesn't have an age limit for people retiring to Spain. Anybody with the sufficient means or people who meet the criteria, they can move to Spain and no worries about age limits. Now, I think that the people who want to move to Spain, and I'm talking about everybody in the world, fall into four criterias. So I'll just mention the criterias briefly. Number one, non-EU citizens, people, for example, from America, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, who want to move to Spain. Number two, EU citizens, so for example, people from France, Germany, Latvia, Austria, those people. People who are married, this is the third category, to an EU citizen. And lastly, probably category number four is you've got a Spanish grandmother or grandfather, mum, dad, then you can get a Spanish passport. Now, this is going to be relatively long as I need to go through each of the categories. But the first category I said is people who aren't an EU citizen. Now, say, for example, you're from Canada, America, United Kingdom, then if you're not an EU citizen, to move to Spain, you will need to have what's called the non-lucrative visa. Now, as I said, that is in effect a retirement visa with no age limit. So to get this visa, you need to have what's called 400% of what's called IPREM, I-P-R-E-M. Now, basically, that's the amount that the government in Spain sets each year. Now, as of the close of 2024, this figure was 28,800 euros. Now, this could vary. This video is going to be on YouTube, TikTok, whatever, for probably a lengthy period. And always check with someone like our Anna regarding what the current level of the IPREM is at the time you decide to retire to Spain. Now, this 28,800 euros, it's not a fee. It's savings or what's called passive income. So, for example, if you have a pension, you have rents coming in, dividends, you might even have a trust fund you benefit from. Basically, to get the non-lucrative visa, you cannot work anywhere in the world. The other thing you need to know about the non-lucrative visa is it has to be applied for in your country of residence. So, for example, UK taxpayers living in the UK, that would be from the United Kingdom. Okay, so that's category one. Category one, non-EU citizens. Category two is people who are an EU citizen. So if you're from Ireland or France, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, Austria, and you can understand me, thank you, then you can move to Spain. Now, you don't need a visa because you're a member of the EU. All you have to do is register after 90 days and get health insurance. You have the right to move to Spain under the EU rules. But if you're here for more than 90 days, you will need to have private health insurance. Just like the people in the non-lucrative visa in category one. I'll talk about that later. The other category is people who are fortunate enough to be married to an EU citizen or perhaps in a civil partnership. Now, if that's the case, again, the person who is the EU citizen, whichever spouse it is, registers here and adds you, the non-EU citizen, as the spouse. So that's one way of doing it. And then the fourth category is, well, you might have a Spanish grandparent or parent who is Spanish. Obviously, if they're Spanish, then you'd be entitled to apply for a passport. Now, those are the criteria. And again, Anna at the law firm is the expert on making these applications. She's our full-time immigration lawyer. Now, apart from the people who have a passport, because they will be Spanish and they're automatically allowed to join the public healthcare system in Spain, the other three categories, so people who aren't an EU citizen, people who are an EU citizen, people who are married to an EU citizen, they will need private health insurance. Now, apologies to people from the UK, you're going to have to pay. It's going to cost money. But if you're coming from America, the bonus is it's a lot cheaper if you come to Spain and get private health insurance. You can speak to somebody like Ariete, Google her in the search for her in the Move to Spain group, ARETI, and she's been also on the Move to Spain podcast talking about health insurance. Now, after the first year of your private health insurance, remember that includes EU citizens and non-EU citizens. After the first year, if you want, you can pay and join the Spanish public system. Now, when you join the Spanish public system, can't say it, everyone is accepted. Nobody's interested in your conditions that you have. There's nothing like that. Basically, you pay the money and you're a member. Now, it's approximately, give or take, 60 euros a month for people under 65 and a bit more than double. It's about 120, 130 euros a month if you're over 65. This is called the Convenios Especial. And as with all these figures, the amount will change. So again, take advice from Anna. She can keep you informed as regards that. Now, these aren't all the criteria for applying for the visa, but those are the basic ones. The other thing you need to think about and what will happen to you is if you spend more than 183 days or more in Spain in a calendar year, that's January to December, you will have to pay Spanish taxes. Now, for most countries, UK, Canada, America, there is a double taxation agreement in place, so you won't pay twice. We do have Pablo, our tax lawyer. He's a lawyer with a master's degree in tax. He works from our Marbella office and online, and he can advise you as to how much tax you would pay if you decided to move to Spain. Again, it's too long really to go into in this video, and we'll get Pablo to make some separate videos. The other thing you need to know about taxes is if, for example, you live in the United Kingdom and you sell your property in the United Kingdom in the same year that you become a tax resident in Spain. So say, for example, you sell your property on the 1st of January, 2nd of January, you move to Spain and you spend 183 days or more in Spain, then you will have to pay a capital gains tax in Spain on the property that you've sold in the United Kingdom. There's no exemption in Spain for capital gains tax on your primary residence. And that would apply equally to somebody from New Zealand or the United States. So it's important to take advice from somebody like Pablo regarding the tax implications. Again, you can see him in person in Marbella, or you can book an online consultation with him. I just wanted to mention that. The other thing, and again, this video is just about retiring to Spain. The other thing is a lot of people come here and they want to buy a property in Spain. Well, we have Belen, our specialist property lawyer, and she can advise you every step of the way. All we'd ask is that you don't sign or pay anything until you've taken legal advice from somebody like Belen, an independent lawyer acting only for you, not an in-house lawyer or anything like that. And very, very roughly, and it depends on where you buy in Spain, remember to add 10 to 12%, worst case scenario, on top of the price for government tax, registry fees, notary fees, legal fees, if you're using a lawyer. So that's basically it. That's just a rough introduction on retiring to Spain. If you'd like to know more, contact Anna at contact@justlawsolicitors.com. If you go to the website, at the top of the page, there's a button you can click on that takes you to an appointment direct with Anna. So that's basically it. The other thing I would add right at the end is I've done a video about what Pedro Sanchez said about taxes in Spain, but what I have to say is that's just a verbal announcement. We've got no way of legally analysing it because it's not a draft law. We do think that it isn't going to be 100% purchase tax only for non-EU citizens who are not coming on a visa. So if you're planning on moving here from, say, for example, United Kingdom and retiring under the non-lucrative visa, these announcements, proposals, they won't apply to you. We think he might be thinking of raising the property tax for non-EU residents who are, i.e. non-EU, not coming on a visa. But until we see a draft law or something in writing, we can't really comment. It is a fact that the regional governments set their own purchase tax. Some of the regional governments do not belong to Pedro Sanchez's left-wing coalition, and they can refuse to follow what he tells them to do quite legally. But just join the Move to Spain Facebook group. Have a look on the Move to Spain podcast. We have the blog on the website, and we'll keep you up to date. So thanks for watching. I'm probably not the most interesting video unless you're retiring to Spain, but I'm John Towell from justlawsolicitors.com. Thank you.